Okay, we're back. And here we are in my backyard in my pergola. It's like an open area where you can sit and enjoy the plants and the birds. I wrote this a long time ago, and I know a lot of you, I've told you about my dad, who's a veterinarian. Well, my dad loved growing up. It was very different back then. They didn't have video games. Most of them didn't have TV. So I want to read you this story that I wrote, and my dad actually drew the pictures for this story. It's called Right in My Own Backyard. It was written by Jamie Hunter and illustrated by Jim Shear, who is my father, my dad. And I wrote this little forward. It says, "For my dad, who always paints his childhood as something magical." I dropped a page, excuse me, Sadie. Okay. Hillcrest. This is where I spent my boyhood days in the outskirts of Fort Smith, Arkansas. Us kids had the run of the neighborhood. We played ball in the two circle parks. We bought soda pop at the little store, and we flew kites on the reservoir, and we explored the woods until dusk. So here's his neighborhood. Let me see if I see where his house is. This is his house. This is his neighborhood. And right over here is where they would go fly kites and explore the woods. And this is a picture my dad drew of himself and his brothers and his dog. This one would be my dad in the overalls. This is his older brother Cookie, and this is his little brother Billy with his little blankie. Every kid had a bike and a dog. Our dog Tippy was the boss dog. She scattered the other dogs in the neighborhood and made sure there were no cats around. The best part about my neighborhood was my backyard. It was the home of many clubhouses. I built one out of an old refrigerator box, out of old refrigerator crates. The house had a trap door to get to the top. So see, they could go in, they could go up to the top. Me, Cookie, and Billy sat on top and looked over the hedge to watch the Stewart's TV. They always turned up the TV and left the blinds open so we could watch Kid Carson right after dark. So see, here's the hedge, here's their neighbor's TV, because my dad didn't have a TV. So the neighbors were nice enough to turn theirs up so they could watch it on top of their little clubhouse there. My next clubhouse was one step up from the refrigerator box. It was built out of glass crates that Mama hauled home in her old Buick. The neighborhood kids came to help me paint. Everyone and everything was green before we were through. Only boys were allowed in the clubhouse until Susan Kingsworth got a butcher knife to make me let her in. Oh dear, I don't think that was very good, huh? So I guess it was boys and girls after that. My best clubhouse was the brown and yellow one that I built from materials from a house that was torn down. I found some glass to make real windows. I used a jar of water to level and a rock on a string for a plumb bob to make the corners straight. It had an attic with a trap door, walls covered with flat cardboard, and pictures made from magazine pages framed with masking tape. I also dried out a sheepskin with borax and salt to have a sheepskin rug to put on the floor. It always did stink, though. Sadie, get down. Get off of the table. No, ma'am. Get over here. Sadie, show them that naughty dog. Get down. Get down. Get down. She's not minding very well. Okay, thank you. Though building stuff outside was my favorite pastime, I also enjoyed pestering my bird Hector. I put a rubber band for a swing hinge instead of a metal band, and he would yo-yo and sway every which way. This made him mad. However, he learned to sit on his rubber band perch, except when he occasionally lost his balance in the night and fell to the bottom of his cage. That was a little mean, I think. Hector used to sit on our heads and try to bite our eyebrows. He would imitate all of the birds he heard outside the window. When I would shine Dad's shoes, Hector drank out of the shoe shine barrel glass. I kept lowering the water until Hector fell in trying to get a drink, and then I pulled him out by his tail. Poor Hector. When I was working on a project, Mama always had anything I needed to work with stuck back somewhere. All I had to do was describe what I needed and what it had to do, and she could come up with it. She saved everything from rubber bands off the newspapers to laundry paper from the cleaners. You had to be resourceful. Dad could always figure out how to help me with my projects. I would describe my problems with the clubhouses to him at supper, and he would give me advice on what to do. I never have understood people who can get bored. I made my fun out of old crates, used nails, rubber bands, and other people's worthless junk. Old crates became nifty clubhouses, and rubber bands became bird perches. I was always content right in my own backyard. I was never bored because I could always build something. So, I read you this book to inspire you to play outside and to be creative. You don't have to have special toys. You don't have to have anything elaborate. You can just make your own fun with just the smallest of things, just like my dad did a long time ago. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed your trip to my backyard, and I hopefully will talk to you again soon, hopefully in person. Bye-bye.